Does this scenario sound familiar to you? You walk into your room and see a guitar leaning against the wall, covered in a thin layer of dust. You bought it 6 months ago, full of excitement, imagining yourself playing your favorite songs. You learned 3 chords, and then life happened. Or maybe you look at your nightstand and there's a book with a bookmark stuck on page 40. You were so captivated by the idea of it, but now it just sits there, silently judging you. What about that gym membership you enthusiastically signed up for in January? Or the online course on graphic design that's still stuck at 15% completion? You start with a huge burst of energy and motivation. You tell your friends, you buy the equipment, you set the goals. But a few weeks or even days later, that fire fizzles out, and the project joins the graveyard of unfinished things. You're left with a feeling of guilt, and maybe even a little bit of shame, wondering, what's wrong with me? If you recognize yourself in this description, don't worry. You are not alone, and this is not a permanent character flaw. It's a common pattern. The most important thing is that there are clear reasons why this happens, and even clearer solutions to fix it. I'm going to share those simple and practical solutions with you at the end of this video, so make sure you stick around. So, what's really going on here? Why are we serial starters but not finishers? It usually boils down to a few key psychological reasons. The thrill of the new, the honeymoon phase. Starting something new gives us a rush of dopamine, a chemical in our brain associated with pleasure and reward. The idea is fresh, exciting, and full of possibility. But once that initial excitement wears off and the real, often repetitive work begins, the dopamine fades. The honeymoon is over, and we're left with the hard reality of practice and commitment, which is far less appealing. Perfectionism and fear of failure. Many of us believe that if we can't do something perfectly, it's not worth doing at all. This pressure is paralyzing. As we get deeper into a project, we start to see its flaws or realize how much we still have to learn. The fear that the final result won't be perfect makes us so anxious that we'd rather abandon it than face potential failure or criticism. Lack of a deep why. Often we start things based on a shallow impulse. It would be cool to play the guitar, or everyone is learning to code. We haven't connected the goal to a deep personal value. Without a strong emotional reason, a powerful why, our motivation will collapse as soon as we hit the first obstacle. Your why is the fuel that keeps you going when things get tough. Feeling overwhelmed. We often set goals that are too big and vague. Learn Spanish or write a book are massive undertakings. When we look at the huge mountain in front of us, we feel overwhelmed and don't know where to start. This feeling of being lost leads to procrastination and, eventually, giving up. All right, now for the part you've been waiting for. How do we break this cycle and start finishing what we start? The solutions are simpler than you think. The rule of 2. Don't try to start 5 new habits or projects at once. Your focus and energy are limited resources. Pick a maximum of 1 or 2 new major things to focus on at a time. Want to learn guitar and go to the gym? Great. Don't add learning a new language and starting a YouTube channel to the list. Master 1 or 2 before adding another. Define your deep why. Before you start anything, take 10 minutes to write down exactly why you want to do it. Don't just write, I want to be fit. Go deeper. I want to have the energy to play with my kids without getting tired. I want to feel confident and strong in my body. A strong emotional reason is an anchor that will hold you steady through storms. Break it down into tiny steps. This is the most powerful trick. Forget the huge goal. Focus only on the smallest possible next step. Instead of write a book, your goal is write 100 words today. Instead of learn guitar, it's practice the C chord for 5 minutes. These tiny goals are not intimidating. They're easy to achieve, and each time you complete one, you build momentum and confidence. Schedule it. If it's not in your calendar, it's not real. Treat your project like an important appointment. Block out a specific time in your day for it, even if it's just 15 minutes. When that time comes, honor it. This creates a routine and makes it a non-negotiable part of your day. Embrace good enough. Let go of perfectionism. Remember this mantra: done is better than perfect. An 80% finished project that you can share with the world is infinitely more valuable than a perfect idea that only exists in your head. Give yourself permission to be a beginner and to make mistakes. By applying these simple strategies, you can slowly transform from a serial starter into a proud finisher. It's about building small, consistent habits that lead to big results. I hope these tips were helpful for you. Turning goals into reality is a journey, and we're here to help you on that path. If you struggle with similar challenges, be sure to check out our other videos on topics like fear, laziness, and procrastination. They are full of practical advice that you won't want to miss. Don't forget to subscribe and explore the channel. And just like that, we're at the end. If you're still listening right now, I hope you know how wonderful that is. It tells me you have a deep desire to connect with and heal your inner self. That's not just serious, it's a profound act of self-love. And that connection you're building, it is the very foundation from which all your peace and joy will grow. So please, be gentle with yourself this week. Until we meet again, goodbye. Goodbye.